when you first met me, it was spring. Then kind of very grateful that I got to know you and that you came into my life. Right? I don't believe anything is a mistake. I do believe everything's meant to be. I have my own patterns in my past relationships, and I'm doing this to help us both individually and together. You've never lived with anyone. You've never been married.
Nope.
And I have. And I know that we both have our emotional baggage. This is not what that's about. I really want us to be constructive, balanced people. Not that we're not now, but I really do see you for the long term. But that I can't do that by myself. Our struggles in the past kind of sometimes rear its ugly head in the present. We're both like exit plan people. And I don't want to do that anymore. So, I don't want that for myself, and I don't want it for you. I think you are a very strong, beautiful soul. And either way, I'll always love you. Even if you think you don't do the right thing or say the right thing or know what I need, I'm trying to let you know that I want a relationship as it is to continue to be ourselves with each other. Sometime around this time last year, we were going through a hard time because I felt that you didn't plan with me, or you didn't involve me in the other side of your life. We have different, we just have different lives. I don't have family around me. You have a lot of friends, old friends and family around you. But that doesn't mean to say that anyone's closer to me or you than we are with each other. And I haven't been myself with anyone but you. More than anyone. And I know I'm a piece of work just like you are. We're both wild cards. And what did I say on our first date? We'll see.
Said a lot of things. It's an interesting statement. The problem is, using your analogy, is I never seem to water the grass the right way. I think that's it in a nutshell.
The right way.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my feeling.
Yeah.
And I know how to water grass.
You do. Right. You just don't understand this plant, right? Like, it's just so unpredictable, right?
Unpredictable.
Oh, we come a long way. Like, you actually call me or reach out to me and let me know every day that you're thinking about me or that you remember me. Thank you for that.
That's because that's what you need. That's what you want. That's important to you. So I try to do things that are important to you.
Why?
It's part of, being in a relationship. But I don't like getting on the phone and like I could tell I could tell right away when you're
not fun and games.
Right, which is a lot. And I wonder sometimes, like, well, what I'm like, well, I couldn't have did anything, or what the hell didn't I do, And it's always in the back of my mind when I pick up that phone or when I come here.
That's terrible.
It is, and it's hard to operate that way.
You're right.
So that's my biggest.
How could I make it?
No, you just are who, It's just who you are. It's what you are. It doesn't mean.
But it's not who I am. It's your perception of who I am. You think I'm always putting you on the chopping block, right? You think I'm not on your team. You think I'm trying to cut you off in some way.
No, it's not cut me off. It's just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'd have to point it out but sometimes I don't want to point it out. I'm like, let me just leave well enough alone.
No, because the thing is, if you don't point it out, we'll keep building and building these resentments and then exploding, and one or the other's gonna do something stupid.
Like I did.
And I did too.
You know what I'm going to say exactly.
I have no idea what you're going to say.
I'm not enough for you.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. Well, as long as you keep feeding that thought, then you will never be enough for anybody.
But I'm not.
Who are you enough for?
I'm not trying to feed it. I'm trying to defeat it.
But who are you enough for? Tell me, because you're not the first man that's told me that. I am not enough for you, and you are too much for me. Like, I've heard that a lot of times.
And you're not a problem for me. Like other than when we get into those situations where I'm like, well, what now? Like, you don't like really bother me about doing anything I want to do. You're not one of those. So that's not an issue. That's not what I mean. Like, you don't let me go to this, or you don't let me do that, or you don't let me see my friends. Like, you're never giving me any.
First of all, you're not 5 years old, and I'm not your mother.
But
so
that's a problem.
Something I would approach. No, it's not.
In some
relationships, you are a grown adult,
right?
And I wouldn't stop you from doing anything. You have to choose to be with me or not. That's all. I think our major problem is, it's not a problem, but it just is an observation, is you've been operating by yourself.
Yep.
And everything is about work, sports, and fishing. It's a miracle that you still try to squeeze me into all that.
You are. I can't say that you're wrong.
Okay.
That's a great.
I'll leave it at that then.
No, but I'm
not trying to solve anything here. I'm just trying to have a discussion. But if this recording makes you uncomfortable,
no, it's a great.
I just want us to have this memory, because
I said you're not wrong, and we've discussed it before. This has been too many years where I've sacrificed, did a lot for other people. And I've had a number of friends die young. Life is too short. So it's like, if I want to go fishing, I'm going fishing. You know, if I want to, it's not a slight that, fuck Liza, I'm just gonna, I always make time. You're always in my plans. It's just sometimes you don't think so, or it's not enough for you. And you shouldn't have to pay a price for my, you know, how I feel, so to speak. I mean, but that's what's in my mind. Like it's nothing. Well, fuck Liza, she'll always be there. That's not it's not that way. It's just, and I've operated on my own for so long. Mm-hmm. So.
So what do you think would be enough for me? Because obviously you don't think, because you think you're not enough, then something is enough for me.
No, I don't.
But like I've told you before.
I don't know where that level is.
Wait. Before you go into it, I've told you before. I could find somebody that will give me everything that I think I need, but if I don't love them, then that's not fair to them or me, because then I would be using them for my own self-serving needs. Right?
I know that you threw that at me just now, but I don't use you for self-serving needs.
But I always accommodate. It seems, because now we're using the word. I always do this. I always have you in mind. I always. But it's not always. Always is not true.
Okay, always is not true.
Always is not true, because I don't see it.